Hey guys, so why do flakes break? There's lots of different reasons, obviously. The most common one, in my opinion, is the flake losing energy. And what I mean by that is the flake, when you take it, it has a certain amount of stored energy. And most of the time, a lot of the times when I get a step fracture, it's either due to my platform failing, which robs the flake of that stored energy, and or the flake encounters too much mass and I didn't hit it hard enough, and the flake doesn't have enough thickness and resilience to carry its way all the way through. So that's a big factor. If you're trying to get through a bunch of mass, you can't start out by doing it with a little tiny flake off the edge. You got to take and prepare it in a way where you're going to get enough meat off there when your bulb initiates to send a thick enough flake to come out and remove mass. And contours help with that as well. If you remove material on either side a little bit of where you're wanting to strike, that'll really focus that energy. You guys can't even see that. Focus that energy coming in, and it'll carry your flake farther. Another reason that they break is because you're hitting too much down. When you're striking down on the platform or the edge, it's good to follow through and keep contact with the platform for a split second after it initiates. That'll help carry that flake farther. But sometimes when you're using kind of brittle material and you're doing that and you're following through with a fairly stiff edge or platform, you can actually fold your flakes in half because they'll get it'll have a bending. The flake will be releasing out here and it'll be bending down this way as you strike and take it off, and it causes a shearing, especially when it's encountering mass and it's slowing down, that flake's slowing down. They break off a lot of times like that. So in that case, you can just, hit a little bit more in and maybe slow your swing speed down a little bit. And that'll maybe help cure that. A flake, it needs enough thickness continuously all the way out to the edge. So like this contour right here would be a really good place to take a flake from, because you've got that mass and it's continuous. There's no dips or anything in there, no concavities on the surface. And then if you even wanted to isolate that more, you could take a flake here and here. This one's pretty good already, but you could take a little flake here, and that would really pinch this area up. You know what I'm saying? And that's the key to getting a good flake. I mean, if you do that and you've got your platform set at the right height, you can take your bopper and back up 10 feet and chuck it across the room, and if it hits that thing, chances are it's gonna take the flake like you want, because it doesn't have a choice. You got everything prepared so well. Even your angle and stuff can be off a little bit, you'll still get a decent flake. Whereas if the edge was unprepared and you're just trying to kind of make it work, it'd be harder to do that successfully. So let's see here. I started out talking about why flakes break. And so now we're talking about what you need to take a successful flake, and contours a little bit. So I guess I'll get into talking about some other stuff too. So let's talk about contours some. I try to picture a flake coming off, and you try to think about it in slow motion and on a really small scale. So I try to think about what's happening on that edge when I strike it. If I were to slow that down and see it, what would be happening? Would I be crushing the edge before the flake releases? Or, you know, it helps me to think about it in that way. So, you know, like I said, you need enough mass out here close to the edge. That's a big thing. And for you guys that are just starting out and stuff, one thing that really helped me, and I know it's helped other people because they've told me, is when I figured out that you got to hit in to the edge instead of down on the edge, it really helped me a lot. I realized that you can run flakes further by hitting in. You know, you can get a flake to run across the bottom surface by applying surface support with soft leather or your fingers or whatever, and striking down on it. You know, a lot of guys do that with their indirect percussion under the leg. They're hitting down on it. You know, they've got it turned a little bit where the angle is going in, but it's not the same as hitting it, striking it with a billet. But you can get a flake to run by applying surface support. And what that does is, when you give it that surface support, it just carries the flake further and deeper. It doesn't allow the flake to have that peeling effect, you know, where it's peeling away. So when it's peeling away, that's robbing that flake of energy, as well as putting stresses on it to break and to feather out sooner. When you got surface support on there and it can't peel away from the stone, that crack's just racing along through there because it has no resistance pulling on it out this way. I hope that makes sense. So in effect, the crack will propagate through the stone deeper and further, and really with less energy taken to do it when you strike it. I'm kind of getting all over the place again. So why else might a flake break? One reason would be it runs into more dense or harder material. So it's cruising along into the soft, nice, heat-treated Georgetown, and all of a sudden it hits some concrete, and it says, whoa, I can't make it through that stuff, and it snaps off. But a big thing, I guess I'll just go ahead and end the video on this note. I would highly recommend just play around with your edges. If you're hitting edges and you're getting step fractures and stuff, pay attention. You know, try to look and see what's going wrong. When you get a good flake, stop and, you know, try to put it back on there, and if it's in one piece, and think about what you did right, you know, and try to do it again and repeat it. And just slow down. Everybody needs to slow down. I need to slow down all the time. So I'd say that's good advice. And just take your time, and you'll get it. The support is a big thing too, but I'll do a whole nother video on support. I'll do that on my next one. And I apologize, I was kind of all over the place on this one, but anyways, this will be my first little instructional video, and they'll just keep getting better from here, hopefully. So, all right, hope that was helpful, and let me know if there's anything I can go over that you guys are having trouble with, and I'll see. Hopefully I can help you. Thanks, everybody. I'll catch you on the next one.